Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a bit of a 2-in-1 video because I don't really have that much to talk about my June wrap up. And you know, it's June 30th and potentially I am going to finish another book today. I don't think so I'm not too worried about actually doing it in this video. And also it's for reading all of my May book unboxing books things, so I wouldn't really talk about it in here anyway. So I'm calling it today because I really don't think I'm gonna finish it either, because I've had to reread that book twice now to understand what is going on, and I still don't understand what's going on. That being said, I will be doing the wrap-up portion first, but if you are more interested in the July TBR stuff, that will come second. And again, the first part's gonna be really fast. But yeah, so I got 4 books for you that I read in June, and you know, it was fine. It was fine. Like I said, I've been dealing with some health issues. You guys know I don't want to reiterate it at like every single video, but I feel like I have to explain why some things are happening. But I read 4 books in June. We're going to talk about them, and they were quite interesting. But the thing that I am more excited to talk about is what I am planning to read in July. And we're not going to talk about Summerween in this video necessarily, but some of these will fit for Summerween. I just really haven't had the time to think about it, so some of these will count for Summerween as well. But if you watch my unboxing video that I just put out on Sunday, then you guys will know that I am taking part kind of in Katie Coulson's Sunrise on the Readathon. Again, I will post the links and Katie Coulson's page and everything down below if you want to check it out. For some reason, Katie thought it would be a good idea to make me a head librarian, which means I am in charge of a bunch of stuff in the Discord, which is crazy. But yeah, I will be in the Discord. I am not personally logging any books. I did not choose a team just because I wasn't sure like how really involved I was going to be. And so once I started feeling a little bit better, I was like, oh yeah, I'll sign up with Scorpio. And then I found out that I was a head librarian, and I'm like, I'm gonna be a little busy dealing with things. So I'm not signing up for a team. It would feel kind of weird for me to sign up for a team. I am a Scorpio through and through, so I am rooting for the Scorpios to win. But I have a massive TBR that I'm hoping to get through quite a bit of things, and I'm pretty excited about it. Also, if you hear a squeaking noise, I have a foam roller behind me, and it's reminding me to sit up straight, so I'm not moving it. But if you hear some weird like noises, now I can't get it to do it. That's the foam roller that's behind me against the chair. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into the books that I read in June so that we can get into the fun stuff and talk about the prompts and what I want to read in July. Because like I said, even though I'm not logging any books for the readathon, I am still going to try and read with the prompts for each week. I think that'd be really fun. And hopefully I will also be hosting some sprints. Fingers crossed. I'm really hoping to do that. I enjoyed doing that with Escape the Readathon, so I really want to do it with Sunrise on the Readathon. All right, moving into the books that we read in June. I have 2 non-physical books, so I'm just going to go ahead and talk about those first. Gavin Reads It All hosts a Agatha Christie read-along kind of thing on his Patreon. It's super, super fun. I have not been able to participate yet, but Amy reminded me last minute and I was able to participate in this one. So pretty much all of Saturday, I read Evil Under the Sun by Agatha Christie. I am giving it a 3-star. I think I would have liked it more if I didn't have to speed read it because I totally forgot about it happening. And also this one was incredibly misogynistic with all of the characters. It was a little bit difficult to get through at times, but I did actually really like the mystery. I thought it was done really, really well. It was very interesting. It did surprise me in a good way. I thought it was actually a pretty good twist. And what killed me during the book is actually I caught on to all of the things happening, but did not put a single thing together. And I was like reading the ending and I was talking to Amy about it afterwards, and I was like, I literally saw all the clues. And I was just like, oh well, like didn't even think a thing about it. I am not good at solving mysteries apparently at all. Evil Under the Sun is an Agatha Christie novel where it's kind of a very like beachy read, like it's definitely a summery read. It has so many characters, which is pretty normal for an Agatha Christie novel. Like there are always so many people that could have committed the crime. And basically this woman who everyone loves and or hates ends up dead, and you have to figure out if it was the husband, if it was the lover, if it was the friend, if it was, I mean, everybody that possibly couldn't be involved is in this story, and everyone could be guilty. So it was really, really good. And I definitely enjoyed it, and I could definitely see them making this one into a movie. I think it would be a really good summer movie. They would just have to adjust some of the misogyny in this one. Next up, I had an e-arc of Immaculate Conception. I was a little bit behind on this one because that's something else. I really want to read some of my arcs that I have that I got behind on in May. But I had Immaculate Conception. I ended up getting the audiobook for this one, and I'm giving it a 3. it was really weird. Like, normally I like weird when it comes to sci-fi, but this one was even a little bit weird for me, especially by the end. And you had one of the most unlikable characters, but almost not in a fun way. Like, She's a Lamb is a really good example of an unlikable character that you love reading from because you want them to fail because of the things that they're doing, and you're just kind of like watching it like a train wreck. This one you're watching and you're like, please make a different decision. Please, 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 please make a different decision, because their actions severely affect other people. And that's the thing about She's a Lamb. Their actions really didn't do that much to other people. Well, kind of towards the end. But again, everyone is kind of unlikable. And this one, you had a likable character that is being affected by the actions of the unlikable character. So you get a little frustrated by the end. But I still enjoyed it for what it was. And it's following our main character, who this is definitely taking place in the future. And it's definitely, it talks about AI quite a bit and what the future potentially holds for artists and original work and stuff like that. So what happens is our main character is an aspiring artist, but she's not like the most creative, and she becomes friends with the, oh my gosh, this artist, like they are like a physical kind of artist where they are normally part of the art, and it's moving to everybody. They are the artist. They are amazing, brilliant, etc. All the things. Obviously what comes with that is quite a bit of jealousy, quite a bit of imposter syndrome, quite a bit of just everything. And so the book is following their friendship, but mainly our main character as a struggling artist and her life and what decisions that she makes that lead to like where we get to at the end. And what we have in here interspersed is AI and far-reaching technology. So AI takes over the art world, where people can just use AI, ChatGPT, etc. to come up with art, and then they license it and it's online, and then any artist that remotely makes something similar to it can be sued. And so it is definitely something that is very interesting, and AI is such a big thing in the book space right now. But it's definitely an interesting discussion. And then on top of that, you have this brain technology where you can literally connect with someone else's brain and siphon their trauma to make it easier for them to exist in a space. And that's the idea behind it. But obviously when you have something like that, there's a lot of capabilities of abuse of power in that type of situation. So it's about abuse of power, it's about friendship, it's about jealousy, it's about like what is a person, what is art, etc. So it's a lot. I enjoyed it, but it was definitely a lot. And it's one of those books that I'm giving a 3-star because I don't know if I hated it or I loved it. Like, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. So for the 2 physical books that I read, you guys know I read The Raven Scholar. This is a 3.5. I read this for reading all of my April books, I think. I think that I read this in all of my April, reading all of my April book box books. I hate the title of those videos. They're so annoying to say. I give it a 3.5 because it's just not my style of fantasy. I like a little bit more romance. And I think the plot was good, but it almost felt like nothing happened throughout the whole plot. This is definitely going to be a situation of it's going to be wildly different what people think about this depending on what style of fantasy that they enjoy. So I like the fact that it wasn't mainly romance, but I do like at least a little bit more. I do like that little extra piece of stakes. And this almost, like, it's weird to say, but this almost felt like cozy high fantasy. I know that's really strange to say. Like, there is a very, very intensely built world, which I really appreciated. And there's like this intense competition, but I feel like the competition definitely was a little bit more in the background. And it was just, I don't know, it didn't feel like there was any high stakes. Like, I feel like you were definitely supposed to feel like there was high stakes, but I just really didn't feel the stakes, and I also didn't really feel connected to any of the characters. I definitely felt separated from the story that was going on. So I liked it. I will be continuing in this series if I remember. That's the problem, is I already don't remember a lot of what happened in this because it just didn't stick with me. And it didn't really even stick with me that much after I read it. But it's following our main character, who is a Raven Scholar, and this world is set up where people are part of these different like animal not tribes, but it's like groups, almost cults. And so every so many years, each individual group puts up a person to compete to become the next emperor or empress, etc. They don't do it like a familial line situation to avoid corruption and just continuing the line. Our main character ends up in a situation where they're dealing directly with the competition, and I can't really say anything other than that because I don't remember what is on the dust jacket. And I do think it would be better to not know that much going into this, other than you need to pay attention early on to know what the different groups are and what they want and exactly what the point of the book is, because there's also like a mystery in this as well. So yeah, 3.5, I enjoyed it. I do want to continue. Hopefully I'll remember by the time the next one comes out, and hopefully it's not this chunky. The last book that I read, as you guys already know, I have this posted if you want to watch a spoiler vlog with me and my husband reading this book. We read Dungeon Crawler Carl. My husband gave it a 5-star. I gave it a 4-star. My biggest qualm with this is there was an aspect of grotesqueness to some of the dungeon bosses. I talk about it in that video, but some of the dungeon, I don't want to ruin it though, but there is like if you guys have watched that video, you guys know what I'm talking about, but there's like some of the dungeon bosses just really gave me the ick, and I am glad that that seems to not be something that is in the rest of the books. Like, it definitely decreases. We're actually in the middle, past the 50% mark of the second book right now, and it's not even in the second book at all. So I was very, very happy about that, and I hope it continues throughout the rest of the books. So that is the only reason I gave it a 4-star. Otherwise, everything else is a 5-star. I love Princess Donut. So this is following our main character Carl and Princess Donut, and Carl's a human, Princess Donut is a cat, and they end up in an apocalypse, basically, situation where it turns out the entire world is being run by aliens. And the aliens have basically made it so that they have to go into this dungeon, and the dungeon is this game that trillions of aliens and planets are watching and betting on and participating in. And it's crazy. It's intense. It's so funny. I definitely love this. I think a lot of people are calling this fantasy. I don't think I would call this, I don't know. I feel like it generally would be fantasy, but this definitely follows along the lines of more of like calling it just comedy. So a lot of people don't realize, but there is a genre in books that is just comedy, and I have quite a few of them. I actually really like the comedy genre. It's what I would put the Brandon Sanderson book that is about the surviving medieval England, whatever. I would put that in comedy slash sci-fi. This is comedy slash fantasy slash kind of sci-fi. I don't know, this one warps a lot of genres, but this book is really, really funny. I would recommend it to most people. It seems like most people are enjoying this. And yeah, we had a great time reading this, and like I said, we are already halfway through the second book, so we're having a great time. So that is everything that I read in June. I definitely think Dungeon Crawler Carl was the best thing that I read in June. I had some DNFs. I don't think it's any DNFs that I can talk about because I think, again, they are all in that reading my May books that I unboxed, that I got in book boxes. That's a mess of a video, and I preemptively apologize for that. But we're done talking about that. Definitely let me know, like, if this is the only part of the video that you're interested in, definitely let me know down below what you guys read in June, what you enjoyed. And I would leave, is there a cat emoji? Leave a cat emoji for Dungeon Crawler Carl. So we are moving on to the more fun part for me aspect of this video, and that is the July TBR. I don't know how much I am actually going to read. It depends on my health. It depends on my interest in books. It depends on a lot of things. And you know, most of my time is spent watching Love Island right now. I watched most of the UK seasons, but I think I'm gonna rewatch them because I don't like the current UK season. It's really boring. I'm still watching it. I have no idea what's happening because I haven't been paying attention to it. But oh my gosh, season 7 of Love Island US edition, I watch it every night that it's on, except for the After Sun. I hate those episodes. Yeah, crazy. Like, actually crazy. If you're not watching it, you need to watch it, and you need to go watch season 6 of USA. So anyway, I keep getting distracted. This TBR is just me setting up something like, hey, these are some books that I want to read in July that kind of fit the Sunrise on the Readathon situation that is going on. And this is also a way of me kind of promoting it because I'm really excited about it, and I have helped behind the scenes with some things. So I definitely want you guys to participate if you're interested. You don't actually have to be in the Discord if that scares you. And you can still participate, and there's going to be sprints on Katie's channel and on other bookish channels, which is why the Discord does help because it kind of keeps everything together, but you don't really have to do anything in the Discord if you don't want to. It just helps keep everything in one space, and I'm on there. Don't you guys want to hang out with me? So anyway, my TBR, I am going to make my TBR based on a lot of the prompts. So each week, like, you basically can read whatever you want and that counts for points, but each week also has like a bonus prompt. So week 1, there's no prompt. Week 2, and they're called battles. So week 1 is battle 1, no prompt. Battle 2 is week 2, and that is banned or challenged books. And then battle 3, week 3, is read a book by a marginalized author, and you can read as many as you want, and each one will get those bonus points. And then week 4 will be read a translated book, and then week 5 is read a book with 10K or less ratings. So a lot of really good prompts. They're very general, so you can find a lot of things, and a lot of things I already own. Like, that's the point, is not buying any books. I'm gonna try not to buy that many books in July. That is my goal. I really didn't buy that many in June, which is really nice. So I'm hoping to keep that energy going forward. So we're gonna try and get through a lot of stuff that I already read. So we're gonna try and get through a lot of stuff that I already own. So for week 1, because there is no prompt, I am definitely going to focus on a little project that I have been working on. You guys know my influenced series. Katie Colson is definitely one of those booktubers that definitely influences me to buy books that I probably have no reason to be buying because they potentially are very much not what I enjoy in books. And that is the case for one of these books. So Bunny, I still haven't read it. Her literal Patreon is after this book. Like, it's literally this book, and I still haven't read it yet. I feel a little bit of a pariah because I haven't done that yet. But anyway, I already had her slated for being in the next BookTube Made Me Read It video for my influence series. And so I figured I would just do an episode just based on her for Sunrise on the Readathon, because I feel like that would be really, really cool. And she did inspire me to buy 2 books. So I feel like that works for like a mini episode, because normally I do 3, 2 is fine. If there is a third, because there may be a third one around here somewhere that I didn't think about that she has inspired me to buy. But so far what I know is I want to read Bunny and I want to read Don't Let the Forest In. Bunny, I don't know if I'm going to enjoy. I do expect to love Don't Let the Forest In. So this is kind of my TBR for the first week, as well as finishing The Floating World by Axio, because I still haven't done that, and to kind of tie up any loose ends of videos that I'm working on so that I can kind of focus on newer stuff. And then obviously this month I am going to be reading book box books and also some fairy loot stuff. So that is the hope. Again, fingers crossed. But yeah, so the first week we're definitely going to be focusing on these 2, and I already have the little bookmark. So Katie was super awesome, and for people who helped create the Readathon and who are taking part in the Readathon as mentors, etc., got little letters from her, which is so cute. And she included one of the bookmarks that you can go and actually get on her page and print it out yourself, etc. And they're just, like, they're so nice. Like, they're so nice. I love it. So love that. Definitely going to be having that as my bookmark for pretty much probably the whole Readathon. And so these are the 2 books that I really want to focus on and that you should look for a vlog about. Next up, again, some things for the first week. I really need to read Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil, because this is our book club pick for June and I haven't read it yet, and it is almost July 1st. So this is also one that I definitely need to read in the first week. And then one that I just bought that I've been dying to read is Someone Knows by V. Keelan. I have seen amazing things about this thriller, and I'm always looking for a thriller that I'm really gonna enjoy. And so I would also like to read this one, potentially listen to it, which would be good for doing stuff around the house, because I have been dealing with depression because of my health condition for the past month and a half, and my house is a mess. My house is a mess. I've tried to do what I can, and my husband has done so much around the house while working a full-time job, but I need to get my shit together now that I'm feeling a little bit better. So anytime my mental health is good, I'm gonna be trying to clean, so I need an audiobook to distract me instead of just putting Love Island on constantly. Because sometimes there is such a thing as too much Love Island. So that will potentially be an audiobook that I'll be listening to. Okay, moving on to week 2, which is banned or challenged books. There's a lot of these out there, but I really want to focus on reading 1984 by George Orwell. I still haven't read it yet. I have been told it's probably a dystopian book that I will absolutely love, because I love dystopian. If you guys don't know, dystopian is one of my favorite genres, like subclass genres, I guess, because dystopian can be in fantasy and sci-fi. It definitely is more sci-fi, I would say. Most dystopian books that I've read are sci-fi leaning. So I have it upstairs somewhere. I don't know where it is, but I want to read 1984 by George Orwell. And that's all that I have listed for that one so far, but I'm sure there's more. And if I feel like reading, so apparently The Hunger Games is also a banned book. Like, I don't know if the whole series, but I definitely know the first book is. So I might read The Hunger Games also during this week just to reread it. And then week 3 or battle 3 is read a book by a marginalized author. And I have quite a few of these. So the one that I'm really excited about is They Bloom at Night. This is one I've had for a little while that I meant to read in May and then just didn't end up getting to. I also have one that I'm super excited about, and that is The Spirit Bears Its Teeth. This book is stunning. I love this cover. I've wanted to read this author for a while. I think this is a book that I will absolutely love. I think this is written by a trans author. Yes, Andrew Joseph White is a queer trans New York bestselling time author, and they have multiple books. A lot of their books are following trans teens and trans characters that are trying to survive and go through life, and they are definitely horror books. So very excited to read this one. I think it's going to be stunning. Then another one for marginalized authors is The Blood Trials. I am so excited to read this one. This one I've had my eye on for quite a long time, but I only heard like one person talking about it, and it was like they were like, it's really, really bloody, and I was like, I'm kind of scared. Like, what if they kill off all of the characters that I like in this type of book? That's the type of book that seems like. It's like you get attached to a character and potentially they're going to kill them off. So I got really scared. So I haven't read it and I hadn't bought it for a while. But I finally found it. I finally bought it and I'm really excited to read it. And next up for a marginalized author is The Wickedest Town. And this one also can work for under 10,000 ratings because it has like no ratings at all, because this is self-published and it is self-promoted and etc. And it's not on KU or anything like that. So I was really excited to end up buying a copy of it because I have like their other series. So I'm really excited about that. And Mackenzie is wheelchair rep, disability rep, which is amazing. There's not that much of that, I feel like, in the book space. So I'm really excited to read this. Okay, moving on to translated books. I have no idea still where my copy is. I really gotta find it. I know where volume 1 is, which I already read. And then I know where volumes 3 through I think 9 are. No idea where volume 2 is, and that's the volume that I'm on, which makes sense. That seems about right. But it is the Monster manga series. Obviously, this was written in a different language first, and it has been translated into English for us who are very bad at learning second languages. I would love to read all these translated works in the original language that they were written in, but I cannot learn another language. I have tried for years to learn multiple different languages, and I have failed every single time. I don't know what it is about my brain. It's like whatever section of my brain can't learn a language also can't learn calculus. Like the two in my brain are like the same thing. I don't know what it is. Can't learn either one of them. Have tried multiple times. So yeah, I would actually like to read most of that series. Like I said, I have quite a few volumes. I just really need to find that second volume. And then next up for week 5, battle 5, we have read a book with 10K or less ratings. I love this prompt. It is one of my favorite prompts. It's something I've done a couple of videos about. I have so many books that have lower like amounts of ratings. Like I said, Wickedest Town could also count for that week. I think I have the second book in their Numina Parables series. That also counts. I also have one of my favorite authors, Shay Earnshaw, A Wilderness of Stars. I also have The Beautiful Maddening, but that one's brand new. So for me, that kind of isn't in the spirit. Like, it counts. It would count, but for me, it's not in the spirit of the prompt. So I'm trying to do a little bit older books. I think I do have one newer one, but I am trying to do a couple of older books. But yeah, so Wilderness of Stars, would love to read this. I have Mina and the Undead. This sounds really, really good. I heard about this on Gabby Reeves' channel. She liked it. She didn't like love it, which is why it's not in one of my BookTube made me read it videos. I try to keep those to 5 or 4 stars. I think it was like a 3 point something for her. It sounds really, really cool. I think this is a fun one as well. And then yes, this one is new, but it's not new. It's like moderately new. I think February. This sounds so cute and I just really want to read this. So I just think this sounds adorable, and it's like gay D&D. Like, that sounds so good, and I love the back too. I just love the artwork on this whole book. It's so adorable. Real for love. So I do think this one would also be a really good one as well for under 10K or less ratings. I have quite a few more, like so many of these could count depending on what category it is. So I have lots and lots of things to pick from. It's funny because looking at this, I'm like looking at the things that I have. I also would love to read Nocticadia. I don't really think it matches anything in here. No, I wouldn't say it matches any prompt. I would love to read Nocticadia. I think that sounds good. I wanted to read that during May, but I didn't get to it. I also have, like I said, The Beautiful Maddening. I have Anathema. We have Where Sleeping Girls Lie. That would be a really good one for marginalized author. We have His Face is the Sun. We have When the Tides Held the Moon, another one that I really want to read. I think though that this one I'm saving for doing one of my influence series. This one's gonna be in pretty books, bought because it's pretty, because this is like historical fiction, which I don't read. I bought it because it was pretty. We have, oh, Beneath These Cursed Stars. That has under 10K ratings, which is really surprising because These Hollow Vows was really popular, but apparently no one continued the series. We have Honey and Spice. Ooh, that would be really good for marginalized author. So yeah, there are a lot of things to choose from, and I'm really excited about it. So yeah, I think I'm gonna stop there. I think that is my July 2025 TBR, which is a lot. Like, there's a lot there. I'm definitely not getting to everything. I will love and be super happy if I read, again, 4 books in July with how my health is, but we will see. Anyway, definitely let me know down below what you guys plan to read for July. If you guys are participating in Sunrise on the Readathon, I would love to know what team that you've joined so I can look out for you, especially if you've joined the Discord. Definitely make sure to join those sprints. They are not just for participants, they are also for you guys as well. Yeah, if you've made it this far, let's leave a, oh gosh, what book am I most excited to read? There are so many. Is there a dice? Do a dice. I think there's a dice emoji. Do a dice for Roll for Love. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Definitely let me know down below what you guys enjoyed reading in June, what you guys want to read in July. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed the video. You should subscribe so you miss any future content, especially all the stuff that I hope to come out in July. I have things planned. Hopefully it happens. And I'll see you guys in the next video.